Hey, sorry, didn't fully realize how silent it was as I was firing that up. Usually a little more noise in game. Thank you, boss. Welcome. You too. Your week's starting off all right. Ah, yeah. I've been leaving the game running paused a lot lately. I've been in and out of the house and leaving the game running a lot. So, so yeah, I did that again. I kind of know where I'm at, but I don't. It doesn't matter. Whenever I was doing this earlier, I was kind of ship hunting. Um, there was also a no-show on Saturday, and then there was a Sunday. So, hey, trombones! Hello with the trombones and the bits. Thank you, man. Welcome. Good to see you guys. Anyone lurking out there? So what all's going on? I've not switched ships here. You can't really see it, it's nighttime. But I haven't switched ships. Anyways, still in this large fighter. But it's a large fighter that I'm kind of looking for. So, I don't know, I'm, still not sure I should be streaming as such these days, but I'm here. I don't know if there's going to be much going on. We might just spend 5 hours ship hunting. I don't know. I certainly don't have any plans, in game or otherwise. So hopefully not too many people ask. Been racking up more funds. The funds just seem to roll in after some point in the game. You have enough blueprints and the resources. If you're playing the game and you're taking missions, you get plenty of hey boss, thank you guys for the bits. Cheers. The I have to try really hard to stop myself from saying all sorts of things these days. They're just silly and unhelpful. And oh God, I want to just always speak my mind, but on the other hand, I can't always. I know I can. You're good with that. I'll tell you how I feel. It's just help anything. Hey there, Patches. I'm not doing well with the bits and tips and right now. I don't think I'm delivering on my end, so telling me that doesn't matter or stuff, it doesn't anyways. I told you I shouldn't bring stuff up like that. Good morning, Patches. How are you doing? Yeah, I'll be back in a couple minutes. I don't really do the whole off-camera stream thing, but believe me, I'd like to shrivel up and disappear, so bear with me there. I don't think it's ever been harder for me to just be here than lately. Is with all the markers. With all the little cargo markers. Been working on Merchants Guild rep since the others are kind of locked away. I've been running missions off the terminal. So the ship, I could put it in photo mode and bring up some sun and then maybe talk a little more clearly about it. Let's, for a second, since I don't have a ship here as a good example, we'll use the one we have, which I like, okay? I do like this ship. I also, I'm also looking for something else. I've gotten quite used to it. I think I'll miss it. I trade it. I've thought about trading one of the exotics off for another heavy fighter. What am I gonna do? Equip 2 heavy fighters, fully loaded, and then just leave one parked? I mean, I'm gonna only fly one ship around. So, I wouldn't mind some different engines, main engines. Some of the slats. And as these wings, I've gotten much more used to them, but I wasn't really a fan of them at first, even though I've gotten used to them. The ones I want are the ones which are kind of like, backwards, maybe I should flip to this side. I can at least point a little more comfortably on this side. What they would be like is like this. They're kind of, they're not TIE fighter wings, but they're kind of like that. They're kind of like TIE wings, and they hug the sides. Yeah, boss. If I haven't totally lost it by then, I plan on checking out the RE2 remake. I enjoyed the first one. I never played the classic RE games. Hope I wrote down somewhere exactly where I found it. It was in a. Hope I do. I don't know. I wish we could hold more than 6 ships. Really wish we could hold more than 6 ships. I like the cockpit. Fine with these side cargo storage attachments, whatever they are. I like the dark metal. And as for the blue and the cream colored, I've gotten used to it. I mean, I like blues, but it's a little lighter than I'd want in a ship. It's icy. In my head, I've just been thinking about it. It's this nice icy ship, so that's cool. But what I want is something with a different color scheme, different wings, and I know which wings I want. Those wings on the sides of these cargo attachments are cool.
Message
cockpit, there's a few different ones. Secure channel. Hey, yo, Bob. Thank you, man. Cheers. Cheers to you out there. Thank you for all your support. All of it, all of it. Thank you, man. Rock and roll. Sarah just about came out, sire. Thank you, sire. Thank you, sire. Yeah, I kind of have in mind what I'm looking for in a ship, and I've spotted some things that were pretty close. As for colors, it doesn't have to be one particular thing. I'm looking for something that grabs me a little more. Dark, light, it doesn't have to be dark or bright, one or the other. But I saw some greens I didn't much like. Saw some ones that were missing the side pieces, but also had some colors that weren't green that just didn't quite grab me. There's too many reds. There's a lot of reds, and some of the reds look all right, but I really don't want a red fighter. Maybe a dark, like a bloody wine red kind of thing, but not a bright red, not a fire truck red. That's just not me. So, your backpack is a little pal. Hasn't it always, or is that just one of the? I think it always has. Or is that one of the arts you pick when you go to the customizer? I think it's always been there. Hey, Bob. Hope everyone is A-okay. Cheers to that. Got you, Bob. So, anyways, I've been hopping through a lot of systems. I've been watching, basically hopping to systems, checking the mission boards, not grabbing too much, maybe some merchants, guild missions, and I don't know. I'm sorry, I drifted in thought again. It's gonna happen a lot. I'm trying not to. I am having a harder time, particularly on stream, but in general, just now having hundreds of hours in this game in a relatively short period of time. It's not so much burning out on it as my mind wanders more. The game is less able to completely detach my mind from everything else. As I'm playing, you know, I idle, I'm watching things, and it's just mind trips. Well, we're gonna need another focused distraction at some point. I know Tomb Raider's coming out Friday. I don't know what exactly we're gonna do, but Timpika, thank you for the host. Hey, Drumbones. Say it's always been there since the update. The next update or something post next? Hello. Yeah, of course it is. Hey, thanks, NVIDIA. That's awesome. The software that knows whether you're playing a game or not interrupts said game to go, hey, you wanna? I will neglect to tell NVIDIA what I think at the moment. The next. I hope you're doing all right. So, let's, wherever we are, let's leave. But, no, I gotta show you one more thing. I gotta show you guys one more thing. I guess I should drop to the ground for it. I did find something, besides just making stasis chambers or, stasis devices, and besides making money in-game, oh, I found a dinosaur planet, but I'll tell you about that in a minute, and we can go there. I just have to look up which one it is or check in the journal till I find it. I found a dinosaur planet. You know the dinosaurs? Here, the ones like on the break screen, one of those screens. Anyways, one of the break screen slides has the dinosaurs. Everyone says, where are the dinosaurs at? Found a planet with dinosaurs. Proper dinosaurs. Just like in the picture. So, there's that. But I also found a squid ship. Flew in, and I know what system it's in too, so at some point you might want to find a better spec'd one. I found 15 plus 4, and then I went back and I found one with 17 plus 5. It's white with zebra stripes. And these things are huge. They're much bigger than, I don't even know if you can tell how big this thing is until it's next to other stuff, or you try to fit it through into a freighter. It has some cool animations on it. It's actually quite cumbersome to fly. Kind of like the other exotics, it's pretty cumbersome to fly. It's tall. It's all get out. Hey, Crimson. Welcome. You guys are all doing well out there. It's just pretty cool looking. But it doesn't have a whole lot of slots. I stuck some basic stuff in it. Why it doesn't show the damage potential going up from the mods, but doesn't matter. It's a really cool looking ship that's not quite as cool looking to fly, which is, if I could just go out on a limb here and say, kind of what all the exotics are like. They're not the best to fly, in my opinion. Just opinions and all that. They're kind of cumbersome to fly. Hurricane update. I'm glad you're evacuating early. And yeah, get all your supplies early. I don't know if you've been through this stuff before, if you're used to that kind of prep, but don't wait. Please, if you're in an affected area like Crimson, the hurricane coming in. You don't know how bad it's going to be. Don't wait to find out. You've got the time now to prepare now. And maybe that means getting out of there. I don't know. I'm not honed in on it, but it starts to look like that needs to happen. Don't screw around, please. I hope everyone weathers that, pun intended. Yeah, so I found a squid ship. Isn't that cool? The system I found it in, although I've been jumping so many here. Around a little more. And if I jump to this one with a really funny name that it came with, Irumama Mom. Irumama Mom. Where I found the squid ship. So it still spawns there. That's the exotic ship that has spawned in that system. So it will always have the potential to spawn there. Go there and camp it and maybe find one with 20+6 slots sometime. On the other hand, yeah, am I gonna fly it? Do you fly your exotics? If you have exotics in this game, do you fly them or do you fly something else? And what do you fly? A fighter? A souped up explorer? A shuttle? Big ass hauler? I mean, what do you actually fly around? I guess in first person it wouldn't matter too much. I mean, that would change a lot if you fly around in first person. What is behind your view really wouldn't affect a whole lot. Anything to turn in? Agent. Yeah, predators. If you wander around on a planet, many but not all planets have predators. Some have many predators, so it's hit or miss. But predators are surprisingly scarce in my recent experience. I haven't looked that hard because I've been doing more hopping than running across planet surfaces, so that's on me. Still have not seen any alien experimental weapons. And I don't really want to hop anywhere with glyphs to find one, or even the ship that I want. You know, I could kind of sketch out the ship that I want, and I'm sure I could find online somewhere a ship that matches and glyph there. I would rather just find it the long route. Take the long route, find it that way. Found some more hex worlds. But I haven't really begun with base building. I did find one more really cool spot for a base. Got slightly discouraged by it being so high up in the air. Road issues here. That putting a base computer on the ground, even though the horizontal distance was within 150 meters, it, I guess it counted the vertical distance as well, and the in-game distance to waypoints was not even estimating it properly because that was not taking into account vertical distance. Long story short, I had to finagle a weird spot in a big floating rock, and then there's like a waypoint down below that the game placed, and so it cut out of the middle, and there are these two rock parts that are just close enough that you could really bridge them and do some cool stuff up there, I think. I just put a paved walkway across it. But it is so high up in the air that the base computer couldn't go down on the ground, or it wouldn't really cover the space on the rocks. For some weird reason, I dug out on this. Never mind, I'll show you at some point. I haven't done anything with it yet except a walkway. It's a neat spot. There are so many neat spots. There are so many cool planets. First time I saw a planet that said it had a mellow weather, I got all excited. Wow, it's mellow. I have a bunch of those in the journal. I mean, the really cool planets, there are a lot of them. You just gotta keep jumping and looking and scanning, and they're out there. And what's a really cool planet? Is it the quiet ones? The really tranquil ones? Sometimes. A room with a view. That's kind of what I want. It's a really nice view. Crimson, a little Gek. Some of them are cute. I have to go and say that not all of them are cute. Alright, let's jump to another system. Why do I have a mission? It's predators. Why would predator? That doesn't even make sense. I've been taking the rough suggested path to the galactic core. Like we have 320,000 light years, even though we can jump.
Commander just came in over a secure channel.
Hey Rango, hope you're holding up better, man. I wish. Here's to another another 15 months. It really looked like 1.5 up there. That threw me off. 15 months in a row. Yeah, cheers, man. Cheers to you. Thank you. Thank you for all your support. Thank you, man. Yeah, that too. 1 and 1.5. I just thought it was a strange increment, okay? It seemed really, really weird. Even though we can jump up to nearly 1,000 light years per jump, and then if we made all the suggested jumps towards the core and we didn't do any black holes or any, I mean, that's a lot of jumps just if you're going to the core in a straight line. That's not even my goal by following this. I just want to say that as I start to follow this line a little bit. Sometimes I just want a suggested system. Sometimes I just want a direction. I don't want to... It's actually, I'm overdoing it. I didn't want to hang around in the same region of space for too long. Spent 100 hours just bouncing around in the systems. And I wasn't going anywhere. Well, maybe I've overdone it a little bit because I've been following this line and we could keep doing that. It's anything goes. Anything's fine. Doesn't matter whether we're in the Ulisal Adjunct or somewhere else. But I've been taking this and then flipping it to free explore and just panning the camera around and seeing what I could find in mostly red, green, blue for chance of exotic stars, exotic planets. But you know what? Am I really looking for exotic planets? They're cool to look at. But there's plenty of systems if we needed the resources from a system like that. We got that already. So, I don't know. They do have economies. I still like them. There's some cool colors. I like landing on an exotic planet here or there still, but I'm not really doing anything on them besides landing, going, oh, that looks cool, and then moving on to a different planet. Oh. Like balanced. It's not the best economy, but you know what? The best economies only increase your chances of finding things like S-class ship spawns, exotics, whatever else considered kind of rare. They're still available in the others, and there's still a low chance in the prosperous, rich economy. So, you know, I'm trying not to be too rigid about only going to systems that have these pumping economies. I'm sure plenty of people only go to wealthy economies. But you know what? There's all kinds of stuff in this game, and there's all the cool stuff is not just in those systems. So all the random generated content, procedurally generated content, just because the odds lean a little bit one way. Well, $1 million odds are broken every second of every day. Should have said million to 1, but maybe got across anyways. Oh, looky. That's the same style ship we have. What do you know? Couldn't really tell what color patterns it had. It's too dark. really don't want to shoot the freighter. My guns are a little bit too powerful to be accidentally tagging the ship we're trying to save. Even a quick tag will do probably enough damage to, if not aggro it, at least piss it off. I don't know if you can actually aggro the freighter you're trying to save. But I have accidentally hit one after saving it, and it definitely changed its behavior. Seems like I was going to get the police called on me, but it still let me land. Is that white and black? Nice. You are a feisty attacker, and I'm distracted. Okay. Next. That's the underside. No radio, no comms? Where's our comms at? There's still a fighter hiding somewhere. Well, that's weird. So, space rescue. Speak to the commander. Oh, for some reason we didn't get called, but it still looks like it triggered. Maybe I did shoot it. I don't know. Let's go see. No way, I'm not taking a look at this thing. Whether or not he wants to give it to us, we're taking a look. Pretty sure this is a black and white 4-pod Star Destroyer. Freighter signal detected. Oh yeah? Oh. I like the colors. It's too bad it's a 26 slot E-class. I also wish you could tilt them and look at the top-down view. Or look at the underside. You're inspecting. Well, alright. If that had been a 34 slot A or better to match ours, I might have... I don't know, black and red is real slick. That's really close to black and white, though. Oh, who knows, Colonel? Not I, not I. Hope you're doing alright. Welcome. Let me go. No, not again. You're not gonna get me stuck again, are you? Come on. Waiting for something to kick in. Not. Oh, now you do this. Thank you. Hostile ships defeated. We've already spoken to the commander. Thank you. I'm stuck right now. May have to. See if you let me move now. Hey! Is that a traveler on your ship? Have you ever seen that? I've not. Maybe I haven't looked around enough on these freighters. But that is a traveler on his ship. Cool. Did it say colorless lost work, and is it actually colorless? Is that a coincidence? Look at this. There aren't that many ships that don't have colorings that are just kind of blank like that. And this is also carrying the name Colorless Lost Work. Nice jets. That's a nice small fighter. Which one was that? You got tired of dying from invisible people. I don't want to presume, but you can't see and they can see you, something. That's never fun. What, yeah, I like the colorings on that. What, game? You don't mind my asking? Perched moon. Planet. So let's hit up the space station and another planet. See what the gun is on the space station. I haven't been doing any kind of fancy save, reload, trying to force spawn changes in grade or type of weapon in the space station, or I've occasionally popped into minor settlements to see what other guns are on the tables in the system, but not so aggressively. I've taken a pretty lazy approach to this whole thing and just doing whatever comes along. So we'll see what guns here. Buy a new ship at some point, a new heavy fighter, we're gonna have let's see, there's 9, 12 plus mods there, plus another group. So I mean, we got a lot of mods to make and buy, mostly to buy. We end up with a new fighter. Not prepared to do that. That's okay. Wanna try not to jump at the first fighter that gets close. Like I saw this kind of yellow one that looked sweet. Didn't have the TIE wings, and it had a tail fin that stuck up pretty high, which I think I'd be okay with, but I'd prefer not. Like if I saw something that had the TIE wings and the body style and the colorings, just and the engines and everything was just, and it had a large tail fin, I think I'd be okay with that. But you know, I want to get closer to this sort of specific, not really specific. Few bits are kind of specific. Certain cockpits, certain wings, certain engines. As for colors, I'm not sure what I'm looking for, but something that grabs me more. So what am I doing for missions? I want to take Merchant Guild missions for rep. Planetary depots are good anyways, at least 1 or 2 in a system. 1 definitely, and 2 hopefully. If they send you to an actual depot on the second one and not to the same one that's already wrecked. But you get some good resources there. Lots of good crafting resources from those depots. Otherwise, I'm not really searching for nanites or need more units. Stuff like portable reactors would be cool. It's still locked off, though. I gotta get that final rank of merchant. Although things like portable reactors show up on other... There are lots of craftables. That's what I'm getting. Craftables and rank. Right now. Craftables, rank, and ship. Now, if I saw another sweet hauler, I've gotten close to seen some haulers that I was thinking, should I camp out and try and find an S-class one of these? Whoops. But I'm not sure the storage concerns are that great yet. And I saw a really cool looking one. Maybe I would trade the one we found for it. We found one with 48 plus 12 instead of 48 plus 8. We're not even flying it. It's for posterity. Like that upgrade, not using the tech slots, it doesn't matter. But occasional sandstorms, relaxed, bountiful, copious. Nice. Not bad for a desert world. They might be relaxed on the planet. They're not going to be relaxed here right now. Platinum, Pyrox, Magno, Uranium, Dirty Bronze. Alright. So let's... Hey, Guardian. What's up? Spoiler. Huh? Hello, hello. Oh, the pulse spitter. Pulse spitter, pulse spitter. Yeah, that was the pulse spitter. Sorry. I could have figured that out. It looked a little harder. Before we head towards the trade post. Okay. So the depots don't clear. Their waypoints don't clear when you destroy them. But you can turn them in and then the waypoint will clear. Not until you turn it in. So keeping an eye out for minor settlements, which you can sometimes bring with a scan and a signal booster, but I haven't been trying to find them that way because more often than not you find something else. Then you've got waypoints popping up to deal with or decide to leave and not deal with, which has its own consequences. So it's been interesting how the gameplay for any given player, I'm sure it changes over time, but minor settlement. I'm gonna try not to land on the pad, deliberately miss it, so in case any cool ships land. That squid ship, I found it at a minor settlement. It would not have come if I had not landed like this. I was just standing around and I saw, what is that? And then this squid ship came in. Got some cool pictures of it coming in and went in photo mode and I moved the camera all the way up by. I'm like, is that what I think it is? Yeah, it is. Pretty cool find. So, peeking at the guns. Although, short of finding an experimental or really cool looking S rifle, wouldn't be changing. You'd have to find a really nice experimental or a really nice S. Since I'm doing so much planet system hopping, getting missions from NPCs is a little riskier because even if you complete them, can complete them in, say, another system or another place, you may have to come back to turn them in when in a different mood to play a different way. That's fine. I'll hop back anywhere, anytime. But I'm more going forward right now, looking for ships I haven't seen in configurations I haven't seen. And not been doing a whole lot of scanning. A little bit as I stand around thinking, not thinking. people planning to play Tomb Raider? People gonna wait a little longer this time? See what happens after release. Didn't realize it was coming this Friday. I knew it was September. That's as close as I had gotten in my head. Ah, Tomb Raider's September, isn't it? It's this week. This week. Haven't really followed it. I still prefer the 2013 to Rise. Not been popping into too many of these. Maybe they have nanites, maybe they have a bit of nav data. So on to the trade outpost. Found a minor settlement. If we see another, we'll land at another. I have better luck finding those minor settlements by just flying around than by other means. Speaking of, there's another one. Now, does anyone take mental note or have a good... Whatever, we got the pad. You picture the gun that was in the last one? I'm not sure if I can. I think it was silverish, maybe with a sharp barrel. It doesn't matter. But I think they're different in the different minor settlements, or at least they can be. It rolls from a loot table. The different settlements, doesn't it? So, or doesn't it? There's that kind of sharp barrel. Same one. I don't know. I guess I don't really understand all the spawn rules, but we were talking about it the other day, and you can kind of push the game into making the weapon on the space station change into one of the ones down on the planet from the loot tables there, or get it to get its grade to re-roll. There's stuff you can do with saving and reloading, and I haven't been trying any of that either. I just hope we run into something good. We already have a good gun, that helps. We have no shortage of capability. Just shopping for looks now. As for flying exotics, including the squid, though the squid has some really neat animations. When you kind of brake while accelerating, it cuts your engines in appearance, but not in functionality. That looks really neat on the squid because it has a the back by the engine closes. It has some animations in the front that you don't really get to see when you're flying it. The squid tendrils, fingers, they have little things that pop out. So we can camp the trade outpost a little bit, unless nothing lands, which sometimes happens. But if stuff lands, just camp here a little bit. Your brakes are gonna break. As long as it happens in game, that's all right. As long as it doesn't happen out of game. Like cactus around here, but I have way too much cactus already up on up in a hauler, actually. Yeah, I saw one of the haulers that had the storage pods on the side, but it also looked like the pods had force fields around them. And I hadn't noticed that before. Have there always been some that look like that? Is that a new thing? They don't all have that now, do they? Blue force fields around each of the pods. Look pretty cool. For a pod hauler, it was one of the cooler ones I'd seen. Maybe they're all like that. To look closely at one of the pod haulers. Yeah, so this one definitely does not have force fields. It has kind of extra wing, I don't know, extra wing bits. These panels right here. But maybe the same slot on the ship that could be a modifier for the pods, in this case came out these wing bits, maybe that could also be force fields. Still have a couple Predator missions. It's not that often that stuff walks right up to a trade outpost. In fact, I don't think they'll ever walk right up to it. They seem to avoid the area. But you can often spot things from a trade outpost. So dinosaurs. I found a dinosaur planet with, what would it be? Yeah, like 8 to 9 meter Brontosaurus type, including some with cool head plates. So we could go back there, check that out. There is what? Sorry, I'm rambling. Figure out which it is just looking. No, I wrote it down on a piece of paper that's not here, next to me, but I don't want to click through every planet. Could have been after Irumama Mom. There's the planet of dinosaurs. Well, yeah, things can spawn large, in large form. Anything seem to be able to spawn. We'll just click through these. I'll find it. In large form. And on the break screen, and I've heard people ask in chat, where are the dinosaurs? Where's that thing? Where are the really tall... You've probably seen smaller versions of them, or at least body parts that go into that. It's like it takes the right roll to get something that is that body type, that head and neck type, and oversized. All those things have to kind of roll at the same time for you to get what looks like a Brontosaurus. Such. We're gonna find it here. I'm just gonna go check the name. I do have it written down, so we don't find it in a minute here.
Message for you, Commander. Just came in over secure channel.
Twixor. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your sub. Good to know you're out there. Cheers, and thanks to you. Thank you very much. If I can find you a dinosaur here. Maybe, no. Yeah, I know I scanned it. It's not a problem. I have it written down too. I just have been hopping so many planets. I may have clicked by it here without realizing it, but I don't think so. I think I only have 2 or 3 things scanned on the planet it's on, and its scan kind of stands out. But we'll know after I go check it, because, all right, give me a second. Aha, because it wasn't one of the new ones. Ruik Minor in Essenar. Ruik Minor in Essenar. Twixor, good to see you. Welcome. See some dinosaurs? We can go warp there. Not just go there. We'll go there in person. Essenar was actually one of the first systems on this save. Ruik Minor has dinosaurs. Look at that, 8 meter, 336 kilograms. You can see that they have long necks. Some of them have big head plates on them, like some of the examples of game footage, early game footage. The dinosaurs exist, and we can go back there. So let's do that. Let's go back to SNR, or let's hang out here a couple minutes, and then we can warp there. There's a system I saw briefly at a trade outpost. I think it was a desert world or a hot world. And there was there's those bipedal teddy bears, and sometimes they're lizard heads with beaks and not teddy bearish at all. I saw a gigantic one, a monstrous beaked bear thing. Just one solitary one. And you could see him at a trade outpost. You could see him like, if he was on that hill over there, you could see him clearly. Just monster. That's a cool style. Large hauler. A large hauler. I have. And we can go there. And we will go there. Just go back there. There wasn't just one or two. Or you mean the other thing? Yeah, alright, I didn't write down which of the planets that one was. But if we play this game just for a minute or two, I think it was one of the systems I was in this morning, briefly. So we should be able to find it. It's this one. There he is. Look at that. 6.9 meters, 300 kilograms. And you can kind of see what he looks like there. Huge. Farsighted, telepathic, eats foliage. Gark. So we could go back there too, if you want. But dinosaurs. When we leave this trade outpost for this system, let's go see some dinosaurs. Predators also? Predators? Maybe. If you see any predators. See any predators, I am covering myself in mud and then crawling the hell out of there. They used to get a lot of 4-footed animals on your planets. You get bouncy ball flowers. Well, I get those too. I mean, I've stopped on a lot of planets now. I absolutely get lots of pineapples and bouncing penises, and this game's filled with them. But if you keep hopping to lots of systems, and I do recommend putting in the red, green, blue, cadmium, emerald, and indium drives so that you can access systems with the colored stars besides yellow. Just opens up more possibilities for what's being generated in these systems. I missed that. Small fighter. Don't think it had a cockpit. A few cockpit styles that I'm coming around to that I thought I didn't like, but there's still a few I don't like. So far we're seeing a lot of that hauler. That's a short, stubby hauler. Wow. That's one of the tiniest little haulers I've ever seen. I'm not sure how many I've seen with a really short body like that. Is that it again? Kinda neat. Not much good as a hauler, but cool looking. So we don't really have to go trekking on foot to find predators if we just want to check the box. I think Gladka has a bunch of predators running around. Although Gladka also keeps resetting. 38 plus 8, 80 million. Nice. Was that a fighter or an explorer? Ah, it was 80 million. Ouch. Well, if you liked the way it looked, at least write down what system it was, right? So you can come back and stalk it later when you have the cash. Have you used scanner mods to get you a lot more units when you're scanning things? Those S-Class scanner mods are great. Just general purpose money making. Your multi-tool. Yeah, I don't think there aren't any for the Starship. Not that I know of. There were scanner mods. I wish you could do more scanner stuff, waypoint marking. Wish you could do things from the ship that you can do on foot. That's what I saw fly away. Yeah, I don't know. That cockpit style is not the one I like. So, dinosaurs. Say it was. I looked it up. What was the name of the system? Yeah. Down in the journal. SNR. We go to SNR. Ruik Minor is it's a moon, I guess. SNR. Just been there. It should be near. I thought it would be on this end because I thought I'd been there recently. SNR. Like a dinosaur base, so this isn't a problem. Not in that system, are we? No. Okay, this is getting a little weird. You may have seen it go by a couple times, I just didn't. Try not to miss it. Sometimes it's useful the way these things are organized by most recent visited, but at other times, just wish they would alphabetize. And our really should be missing? How can the system be missing? I didn't rename it. It had... stations were named different things in the system they're in. They start with the name of the system they're in. Economy, conflict level. Definitely, this is just weird. I mean, we could jump to another system, could like waypoint it, jump to another system, and then just jump there again. But that's absurd because it should be on this list. That's absurd because it should be on this list. Let's see, all. Unless there's like a rename bug and someone got in there and has renamed it in the past 24 hours and it hasn't shown me that it's renamed, but it's renamed here somewhere and blah, 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 blah. That's... There's just too much stuff and I can't find it. That doesn't make sense though. I've never... that I can think of. I've not been able to... Whatever. Is it just that there's too many? No one told me the list was going to start screwing up if I visited too many systems. Sorry, let's jump to Bounty, which just from Discovery Order is probably near it in the galaxy. I don't remember if I made a base there, but I didn't see. I don't think I did. I'm also going to check the list again now that we warped to another system. Start at the front here. I've been there in the past 24 hours, so it really shouldn't be far down the list. It should have moved to the left side here of space stations. Unless it got renamed, it should still be here. And it's not. Hello, Jake. Welcome out. Turn my head like that helps. I'm gonna watch it go by me here. Alright, let's try this. Not at. It's custom waypoint. I do have a base there of some sort. I just couldn't think of what system it might be. There it is. Let's go back there. Silly. Why? Things are gonna disappear from the list? Systems that I want to warp to are gonna disappear from the list. Systems I've visited recently are gonna disappear from the list? Why? Why? That's horrible. That's bad, 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 bad. Okay, I have a base on Jakarar, and so what would that be? What base that would be? We want to go to Ruik Minor, which is a moon of Jakarar. Moon, is that it right there? Okay, visit the station again so you can remember which station or base. Well, no, I mean, yeah, all right, let's visit the station again before we go there. This is really silly. Station is gonna say Isonar something, I'm pretty sure. Essensar, there it is, Essensar Terminus. See, it does have the system name on it. And why it doesn't matter. It so doesn't matter. So it doesn't matter. I'm gonna let it go. Before next, you could only visit your most recent 4 systems. So I shouldn't complain. Alright. Deliver, overlap, deliver. That might actually work. Do one, get credit for both, and they're both for the Merchants Guild. On the other hand, nah. Fusion accelerant, locate a missing person. I just want to. We're here for dinosaurs. We're here for dinosaurs. This is a kind of cool Explorer, large Explorer. It's nearly perfect, 3812. It's not an S-Class. It's an S-Class in everything but letter. That's sweet. Cool design. Nice and shallow, kind of low to the ground. For an Explorer, which usually sticks up. Okay, to Jurassic Park. Let's go. See if I can maybe even cue something up here. Okay. Sorry if I cause a few. Hopefully I don't cause a few frame drops here, but if I do, I'm sorry. I was getting something kind of ready. Oh, okay. We don't really need to go far, because they're everywhere. You can see them already.
Holy fuck, is it? It's a dinosaur. Jesus Christ, what the fuck? Oh my fucking god, fucking dinosaurs. Holy shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, they make the ground shake and everything. Have you not heard that? Hey, Southpaw. How's it going? How good is it? I wish I was a good person to answer your questions. I've only played the game a month. I can't really speak to the progress it's made, but I've heard from everyone that it's come a long ways. As far as I can tell, it has a tremendous amount of content right now. Makes for a really good sandbox if you want to get lost in space. Plenty of things to do, and it's even got some good lore buried in it now. So maybe most of the stuff that's there wasn't there originally. Can't speak to that too much. New content? I assume they are. Sorry, I'm very discombobulated these days, and I haven't followed the game. Just been playing it obsessively for the past month. That's all I can claim. Just a month's experience, that's all. So yeah, the dinosaurs. They do exist. Even stand on their back, so you can't really get a ride. If they start moving, they'll just slide off. Yeah, I think it's good to support the comeback. It's good to support the effort to not give up on it and come back and make it everything they could and make it a lot of what they promised, even if that didn't happen on time. Yeah. Forage nuts. So nothing here is a predator. You have a kill some predatory creature board missions, but we won't be taking on these dinosaurs. Alright, I just have the Jurassic Park, the little video stuck in my head, so I keep thinking dinosaur, dinosaur. It's a dinosaur. You know, the little animated video when they first get there in the first movie when they're, yeah, that. Tons. Well, does it have any game-breaking bugs? Some. You're not guaranteed to run into, but you may run into. Yes, it has game-breaking bugs. It still does. As far as I understand, it's always had them. Different ones. It is new game-breaking bugs. Different ones than it used to have. But it does indeed. The devs fix them off. I've only been playing a month, as I said. They have patched the game a number of times since the big update. They are patching things. They are fixing things. They have an experimental, a testing branch on Steam, so you can often download some of the fixes before they're mainstream. But I haven't messed around with that. I avoided landing on the pad in case any cool ships happen to land. Low as the odds might be, and we're not going to hang around to wait and see. I don't mind using the fuel just to have a chance that some cool ship lands. That's how I found the squid. At least something's landing. So after visiting, like, I don't know how many planets, 100, 200 planets, finally found dinosaurs. The land of the lost. So we hit up that crashed freighter. Didn't notice it before, but I should put a base on this planet just because. I mean, I realize we have one in this system already, but I don't remember which base it is or what it's called. It'd be cool if it said the name of the base there. Remember which one it is. Right. Sounds like we're above a cave. Fiber, that's better. I'm right tired of getting fuel. Work fuel. Parts. Hail, Tastica, greetings. Hope you're good out there. What's the word?
Technology prepared. Radiation damage detected.
Right.
Technology recharging.
Ground scarring is kind of neat. I've only noticed that recently, and it seems to correspond almost to like where something punched through, even though it doesn't perfectly line up. Oh, I wonder if that's intentional,
Technology prepared.
or if it has to do with, I don't know, some other related mechanic.
Technology prepared.
Alright, well that was not a very fruitful crashed freighter. Got a polyfiber and then a bunch of more common stuff. Although polyfiber's a good freebie. Crafting polyfiber needs star bulbs, cactus flesh. Cactus flesh, relatively easy to get in large numbers. Star bulbs, a little trickier to get in large numbers. Unless you're farming stuff properly, you just have all you need. So, now, I don't know. If I want to drop a base here, I have it written down. I know where it is. Maybe that's silly not putting a base here, but let's figure out what the other base is. Why is there another base in this system? Some for better reasons than others. I dropped little bases here and there. Alright, Colonel, have fun. Have a good class. We'll catch you later. Thanks for hanging out a bit. Oh, it was a water base. Okay. There's these two little islands. Tiny little islands we're thinking we could build. I was thinking they'd make a nice build up and then connect them. One of the water bases, that's what's here. There's even a teleporter sitting in the water next to the base computer. I might say dangerously hot fog, but it is very pretty. I just don't know if I have much of a focused mind for trying to actually build a base. Like the idea of routing a base. If I can show you, it's renamed here, particular. Hey, you know what? The space station in this system should show up when we're in it, right? There it is. SNSAR, terminus, current system. At least it shows up there now. Bases, your bases. Sky base 2, that should be the one. But there's nothing there yet. In fact, we might land and fall. I haven't gone here yet. This is going to be interesting. See if we land on one of the platforms that are way up in the air. Or not. Survey says. Oh, wait, I'm in the little crevice next to my base computer. Oh, that's... I'm standing on the... Of course, on the base computer. Alright. So, where the hell are we? I still haven't, in the end, figured out why I didn't put this base computer on top of this rock, because in the end, it's very near the top of the rock. But what happened is, the game has a waypoint of its own down here. And because that waypoint exists, it cut out from what was this huge floating rock. It cut out the middle, which made this cool opportunity to build above it. And that's just a bunch of paving. But when I had the base computer down there, which is where I started, I actually couldn't build on the rocks, except just the edge. Because once you moved past the edge, you were too far away from the base computer. It's that far down. So in order to be able to build out to near the end of this rock and near the end of this rock, I had to bring the base computer up. And my first thought was I was going to drill a hole in the middle of one of these rocks, and it would be cool. I'd have the base computer in the middle. I don't know how the hell I ended up with the base computer where it is, and why ramble on about it, because look at where it is. It could just as easily be right here. Why isn't the base computer right here? I don't know. I put it in the rock instead of on the rock. But rock has a nice view. These rocks, which were one rock. This is all one rock that got excavated by the game's own POI placement. No railing, so watch out. Don't look down. Or do look down. But it's pretty damn far down. So I was thinking this would be a cool place for a sky base. You know, build out to the middle, and then we could build. There's plenty of room here for a sky base. We could even disconnect it afterwards. It could be a free-floating base in the middle of these two rocks. Although I still don't know why I put the base computer there. Tried to explain to you why I put the base computer there, but it had more to do with a thought that passed than where I ended up. Still, it's neat. That's where we'll warp to, I guess. That's really weird, especially if I leave it that way. If we do fall off, though, we have to summon the ship to get back up, because I cannot jetpack up here. It is way too high. Even with 6 S-Class jetpack mods, you cannot jetpack from down there up here. I want to build a ladder. I want to build like a Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater ladder from the bottom, but it seems I can't just stick a ladder. I can't just free build a ladder. It needs to be on the side of a structure, which means I might have to build a wall that goes all the way to the top and then put a ladder on it. Don't you think that'd be worth it? Build a what a thrill ladder. This prime real estate for a sky base. And the weather here is mellow. You see that? Mellow. It's 22°C. Sentinels low. How's this for a sky base spot? The planet has lots of cool floating rocks. You can jet across this gap. With enough jet fuel, you can jet across that gap. But I made the bridge anyways to illustrate what a long distance it was and what we were working with. But yeah, how many places do you stand where you look down on the birds? Can't remember if there's any large birds that fly by on this planet, but I only discovered this yesterday. I think it was yesterday. You're way up in the air, though. So that hill behind the base does come up to this great height. Yeah, it's really nice terrain. And a long way down. And I can, where the base computer is, I can build on the ground. It's pretty far, but it does work. I don't know how far out on the ground. We probably can't build out there, but we can build down there and down there. Wonder if we can build while on a ladder. Otherwise, the actual construction of that's going to be interesting. You can't build underground unless cleared by you first, right? Not to be confused with caves. I haven't tried building underground. I don't really know what you run into. These rocks themselves aren't huge, but I'm not even sure I want to build on these rocks, just in between them. I don't even know where to begin, so for now I just made a bridge. System, let's see, the system is booming and unruly. Alright, so there's something to play with. The bases I've dropped by natural spawns of frost crystals and fungus and things like that. The gamma bases, frosty, solar, cacti, fungal. Those are working. I mean, those are... don't really need to plant a farm. It's much more organized, and it's cool to have your own farm, I'm sure. But if you're still cool with just hopping around planet to planet and you drop some bases near stuff, be careful putting teleporters down near those spawns. It will break the spawns if you don't move them pretty far away from the spawns. Go drop some stuff off. Gonna do a little inventory clean out. The base that has yet to be replaced. So twitchy. God, landing here is always so twitchy. want to drop off components I'm carrying. Stuff up a little. Parts in here. I lost some of the organization I had as I was crafting. I ended up just stuffing some things back in containers. Guardian, any good controller setups for Xbox controllers for PC? The default one doesn't really work for you anymore. Not sure I follow. Why? What about the default one doesn't work? And what do you mean controller setups? Mapping? Or are you having driver support issues? Or not sure I follow. I have too much nitrogen salt. We do not need to save anymore. We need to use it. But a lot of the things that we can craft, I'm also getting as loot, which is why I don't end up crafting them. I've never made thermic condensate. I have stacks of the stuff. I've never made enriched carbon. I have stacks of the stuff. Organic catalyst, so on and so forth. I do make superconductors. I end up selling a lot of this stuff that's perfectly good for crafting just because I have too much already. Mapping. Well, I mean, Pinnacle is the software I used to use to do all kinds of controller mapping. I don't know if Pinnacle is still up to date. It changed. The Iridescite and a bunch of graphics changed just in a recent patch, a few days ago. Alright, what am I doing? We don't need to save the Magna. We don't need to save the Aronium or the Hirox or the nitrogen salt or the thermic. Which of this stuff? We need to use it. I guess I don't have a stack of polyfiber, and I had a full stack of unstable gel. We don't need to save that either. Really? This was full. Superconductor. I had a different stack of superconductors. Alright. Just parts. Grantine got in there. Wanted mats, parts. There used to be some organization that's gone. Next base I build that I actually put storage containers at. I'll try to rework this so I know where shit is. Still know where some things are. Ah, that quantum processor too. I didn't do anything with it. Well, superconductors end up going into the quantum processors. The quantum processors go into everything. I think I had iridescite, quantum processor. Can I make a cryo chamber, cryo pump, living glass? I used most of the frost that I have, and I don't have a farm set up yet. Just these little, just what's in here. This is not going to be 250, so I can't make any living glass at the moment. You have yours color coded. Oh, I forgot you can change the colors on stuff. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. What? Acid, unstable, gel, liquid, explosive.
Constructed.
And, making one little bit at a time is not ideal. But fusion accelerant, organic catalyst, why not? Let's do this. Probably make one of these. That was nitrogen salt and the hot ice. This is the organic catalyst.
Product constructed.
Ice and thermic. Yeah, I mean, we can make cryo pumps. In fact, I should make cryo pumps just to clean up some of the stacks. Pull out some thermic, more thermic, and the hot ice. But these things are going to combine into... Oh, why not? Or while I'm looking at it. Portable reactor. I only have one liquid explosive, so we can only make one of those right now. But, the pop-up boxes didn't pop up the way they did. Portable reactor, quantum processor, pull that back out. Geodesite, still have plenty. That I was going to make. Cryo pumps. Hot ice, hot ice, hot ice. Containers on spaceships, freighters have shaded. Sorry, one's on base. So many little mechanics to learn and master. Shared. Gotcha. Sorry, so usually I can just read through it. Sometimes the brain's too split. Also, I just want to make a... That 9. How many cryo pumps? Since I'm not really crafting with the cryo pumps now.
Product constructed.
Oh, already made that. Needed the geodesite. Rich, where did I leave it? Oh man, I gotta get this stuff organized. So that does make an item worth 15.6 million. If we sell it here, it'll only be worth 14 point something million. If we jump to, I have a system marked, I think it's Nebo Ken. If we go there, I can get 15 point something for it. Alright, let me see here. Box it. Spot, we can put the hot ice back. Geodesite, we had room for all that stuff. But at some point, we have too much of some things. Like, I do not need to box the Herox, the Lemium, the Aronium. Craft anything with them and put it away. Site now we got Grantine. I'm way down the list where I don't things I haven't crafted in a while. The geodesite. If we pull out the dirty bronze, we can make more. But we have a full stack of geodesite. We just don't need to make more of this stuff right now. This is what keeps happening. So I don't think I need a farm. I just need better organization, and then some point. Circuit boards. That's the reason polyfiber is a nice bit of loot to pull. Because star bulbs and because circuit boards go into quantum processors, which go into everything. Heat capacitors, selenium, frost crystals. On and on and on and on and on. Up to the freighter with you. We're good for now. Sell. We're gonna clean up and sell. Actually use some thermic. Put it back. Antimatter and antimatter housing. I also wish we would not keep looting this stuff because you can't sell warp cells. Pirates will attack you for them, but you cannot sell them. What is that?
Technology recharge.
Sell them.
Technology recharge.
Okay. I gotta put some stuff away. Be really lazy and sell it here. Lose about $1 million, 1 point something mil to sell it here. I'm gonna sell other stuff here. I don't have to be lazy and sell that high dollar item here. Minus 13, we'd get 14.8 instead of, it said 15.6. I think if we go to Niboken, we'd get 15.5 or 4. It's really 400,000 or 500,000 difference. We get 400,000 or 500,000, remember, from scanning a creature. So, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and be lazy. We're gonna sell this here. Take us up over 900 million. We're cleaning up stuff we either have extras of or just don't need to keep in a box. The inventory space, the storage space is quite valuable.
Units received.
Organization would be even more valuable to me.
Received. Units received. Units received.
Extra antimatter.
Units received. Units received.
What are we doing here? My second stack of uranium. I had more. Okay. I don't think I have. I'd have uranium here, actually. Yeah, I was trying to be. I have some things still organized. The whole point was to have stacks I could replenish the stacks I carry from, and then, as needed, replenish those in turn. That kind of works. Up to Gladka. I want to take a break. Let's take our first break. It might be the only break. I don't know. I'm sorry I'm so bent out of shape, to put it mildly. But maybe we go to Gladka, find some predators, jump to one of the systems furthest along the path, and then jump a little further and see what we can find. I'm still ship hunting. I want to find a nice large fighter with the wing style I'm looking for, and some good colors without too much sticking out up top. So we'll keep hunting a bit. $911 million units. Closing in on billionaire. Ah, fantasies. I will see you all in a bit. Stay tuned.